And I will call the meeting to order. I would ask that you all stand if possible. And Mike Stock will be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by prayer.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Lord, for bringing us all here safe this evening. Help guide us to the right decisions for the city of Boonville. Amen.
Roll call.
Stock.
Here.
Young.
Here.
Meadows. Here. Beach.
Here.
Hurt.
Here.
Carter.
Here.
Venable.
Here.
Dorman. Here.
Hearing of citizens' comments, it is at this time, if there's anyone in the audience who would like to make a comment, we ask that you come forward to the microphone and limit your comments to 5 minutes, please. State your name.
Good evening, City Council.
Good evening.
Evan Milkman, Ms. Larkins. Just wanted to let the council know that we've had a couple committee meetings regarding the barbecue, and along with Morris Carter, myself, Misty, Brad, several Friends representatives, and I do believe we have reached an agreement. So I think Morris will bring that up when the time is due. Just wanted to let the City Council know that.
Okay.
That is all.
Thank you very much. Any other comments?
Hello, Melissa Strong, Director of the Friends. I just want to echo what Evan said. We met, I think we've had some great meetings. We've, I think, come up with a great compromise, and so I just appreciate the support we received from the city as well as from CMCA.
Okay, very good. Any other comments? Okay, we'll move right along to approval of the minutes of the May 1st, 2017 council meeting. Those were in your packet and you had time to look at them. Are there any questions, corrections? Hearing none, they will stand as presented. Consent items, we have none this evening. Presentation of accounts and claims. Teresa, when you're ready.
Ordinance appropriating money. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Boonville as follows. Section 1. For the purpose of paying salaries and various accounts against the City of Boonville, which have been allowed by the Council at the regular meeting thereof on May 15th, 2017, the sum of $450,143.46. General Fund, $248,008.51. Sanitation, $17,140.26. CIP tax, $19,152.65. Waterworks, $113,066.81. Capital projects, $1,497.36. Wastewater, $33,031.84. Tourism, $8,680.37. Gaming, $9,565.66. Parks and Water, $0.00. Section 2. The accountant is hereby authorized and instructed to draw checks on the respective city bank accounts in favor of the persons whose salaries and accounts have been allowed as above, amounting to $450,143.46, being the total amount of money above appropriated. Section 3. This ordinance shall take effect and be enforced from and after its passage. First reading on May 15th, 2017. Read for the second time this 15th day of May 2017, since a copy was made available prior to the meeting.
Second reading, title only.
Ordinance appropriating money.
Mayor, make a motion this be approved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you, Whitney. Questions, discussions? Roll call.
Stock.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Meadows.
Yes.
Beach.
Yes.
Hurt.
Yes.
Carter.
Yes.
Venable.
Yes.
Dorman. Yes.
Unfinished business, whoops. Item A, discussion/action of tabled street closure and parking restriction request for Central Missouri Community Actions Barbecue event. And there's been some things go on, and I don't know how many people in the council are aware, but I'd like to have Councilman Carter, who has sort of taken it on. I asked him to meet with CMCA and the Friends of Historic Boonville, and if you could kind of, because I felt like I had a little conflict of interest. My husband is the festival chairman, and he made the motion to try to work out some compromises. So Morris worked with them, and so do you want to give a report, or do you want Evan to give the report? Or do you want to say anything?
Actually, what I'd rather do is bring it off the table at
Okay.
this time,
Okay,
to bring it up back for, so I make a motion, we bring it up
okay.
tonight.
Do I hear a second? Second. Thank you, Susan. Any discussion on that?
And
Yes?
we, then under the discussion that we have got together, we have worked out a good, workable plan for the city and as well as them. And at this time, I really, before I introduced a plan, is maybe get this 6th Street voted down, if that's what the council chooses, and then I introduce a revised version of the motion.
Okay. Let's start with bringing it off the table. We have a motion and a second, so we'll have roll call on bringing it off the table for discussion.
Stock,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Meadows.
Yes.
Beach.
Yes.
Hurt.
Yes.
Carter.
Yes.
Venable.
Yes.
Dorman.
Yes.
Okay. Now I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a
Otherwise-
motion that we do not approve the 6th Street closure.
Second.
Okay. Discussion on that?
So are both parties happy with where we ended up? Yeah. Okay.
They're okay.
Okay.
I don't know about happy, but everybody's okay.
Is there additional cost to the city because of this solution?
Morris, you've worked with that?
No. It's, we're going to have some generators, porta potties, so forth down there, the week prior. So what we're going to furnish, technically, if it's, any additional cost, it's minor. It would be no more cost than what it is up here.
That we were going to provide?
Pardon?
Were we going to provide all
No,
that?
we're going to provide, I've got a list here what we're going to provide. We're going to provide, well, actually, Vine Street and Chestnut Street, half of it will be closed, each one of them. It don't affect no homeowners or no businesses. We're going to provide the barricades to close off Second and Spring at the end of it. We're going to provide 5 picnic tables for the public to sit at. We're providing 2 generators for them to use. We're providing the water that's already there. We provided a hospitality space for the judge, either in the KE Depot or the Visitor Center, whichever they choose. We're going to leave the porta potties down there that is going to be there the week before for the eclipse, and we're going to provide a small ice trailer, and that's it. Nothing else.
So
The list that was in the book was totally revised.
this one?
Yes.
Okay. So there is a little cost,
Pardon?
like for the ice and the,
Well, you can rent a ice trailer, a small ice trailer that will have frozen ice in it from the ice company. But they're going to provide their own picnic tables for the judges because they have to be 8-foot tables instead of 6-foot. We just wanted some tables just in case, some visitors needs a seat.
Any other questions before we vote on this?
So can they have loud music on that side of the town?
I don't see why not, I guess.
Okay. Cool.
Was that discussed any time? I don't,
The live music,
uh-huh.
Loud music, yeah.
we told them they could have whatever they wanted down there.
Okay.
Just get the, Down there, it's not gonna, it's gonna be right next to Kemper. They're gonna have plenty of parking, on Kemper parking lot. Reason we were suggesting closing Vine and Chestnut, that's gonna keep any traffic from coming down those streets and, running into their vendors.
Ned, did you have a question?
No,
Oh.
I was grabbing for my water,
Oh.
but thank you.
Okay.
There's also adequate water supply, all that, we're gonna think of for that.
We got 2 fire hydrants that was just put in within the last 30 days that they can get water out of.
And a new water hydrant too, isn't there?
Pardon?
Isn't there a water hydrant down there now?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure ML will be nice enough to put a pressure gauge on it so that they can get water out of it.
Okay, questions?
Okay, so what we're voting on,
Is to deny the
original-
6th Street request,
right, the original,
which was just
request.
brought off the table.
and so a yes vote means no.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes vote means no.
Yes.
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 Okay. Everybody know what they're doing?
Well,
Roll call.
Can we go through that one more time?
Really?
The motion that was made is not to approve the 6th Street closure.
Approve. Okay. Yes.
Okay,
And then we'll have another.
Yes, you're correct.
correct.
2 yeses.
Roll call.
Stock,
No.
Young,
Yes.
Meadows,
Yes.
Beach,
Yes.
Hurt,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Venable,
Yes.
Dorman.
Yes.
Okay. Motion fails. I guess that's correct.
Or the motion
The
passes.
The motion passes to deny it.
Right.
Okay. This is very confusing. We don't do this very often. So Morris,
I'd like to make a motion that we approve closing 2nd Street and half of Vine and half of Chestnut for August 25th and 26th. And the city will provide the picnic tables and the electricity, the water, the space for the hospitality for the judges, either in the KD Depot or the visitor center. We're going to leave the porta potties down there and a small ice trailer.
okay. Is there a second? Let me just say one thing. Do we want to do a motion, or do we want for them to come and tell us exactly what they want? Which is what we normally do, like Heritage Days come and says, okay, this is what we
Well, I
want.
guess we could ask them to come up here and say this meets our approval.
Okay,
And then, I mean, we're going to need a motion either way.
okay. But typically, we wait and we have a printed document, all on paper and all that good stuff. Whichever way, it's up to you.
Could we make this part of the minutes?
Make it part of the minutes, sure. There may be some revisions to it.
On the document that you got in front of you, the only thing you need to add is portable potties and the small ice machine.
Which you included in your motion.
Yes, that was included in my motion.
Did we get a second?
Yes, you do. Yes, he does. Are you making it, or are you making it?
I just had a question.
I'll make the
Okay.
second so we can
He said
discuss.
Chestnut and Vine, but we better make sure it says 2nd Street between Chestnut and Vine.
Okay.
I mean,
It does, 2nd Street between.
well, what he
Chestnut
said was different. He just said Chestnut and
and
Vine.
Vine.
You-
Oh, then half of Vine and half of Chestnut, okay.
Okay,
I mean, if you want to get specific, if we,
That means from the 2nd Street back up to the alley on Vine and Chestnut. In other words, it's 212 is the last house on both of those streets.
Right.
And rest of it down, there's no houses or anything.
yeah. But you probably wanted to specifically state what you have on this paper, plus whatever.
Yes. Okay. I'm still looking for a second to Morris's motion. Thank you. I think Ned had his hand up. He seconded it. Okay, now further discussion on this. Can you flesh it out a little bit more? Evan, do you want to talk about this any or not? Or do you think it's pretty well? Okay. And Susan, I know one of your suggestions was to move it north on 6th Street, and we got, I know the business owner that would have been impacted by that did contact me, and he was very much opposed to that.
Okay,
So,
thank you for
yeah,
letting me know.
yeah. So that was looked into.
Okay.
Just so you know.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Anybody else, any questions?
I do like the location that we picked out, so that way we can kind of showcase the new visitor center in that kind of area.
Uh-huh.
So I think that was a good job.
And that area's been cleaned up in the last 6 months or a year. Done a
Yes,
lot of work down there.
yes. I have some pictures of what it looked like before the cleanup started, where it was like towers of, what are those things called?
Pallets.
Pallets, yeah. And, yeah, it looks very, very nice. And I don't know, Morris, if Morris has kind of had some thoughts about that, and,
Yeah, I mean, I think every council person that hasn't went down there needs to go down and look at that area, how nice it looks. And I know Earl's got quite a few plans for it. You know, we're talking about developing the lake at Kemper and tying all that together. And I think it would be a good showcase and for all of our ventures in the future. Instead of closing streets down, take them all down there and show them that part of the city.
so, okay. So,
Oh, I was going to say,
yes.
I'm
ma'am.
just, I go to work that way every day. It looks really nice, but I'm a little disappointed that it's not going to be anywhere near businesses where, I mean, when a big thing like this comes in town, it's nice to, I've been a business owner. It's usually a good weekend. People, you know, you're downtown and you can just pop into Taylor's Bake Shop or whatever businesses are open down there, and I'm disappointed that it's taken away from the downtown. So, that's all.
Okay. Any other comments? Henry?
I'm just glad they got together and worked it out without us having to make a decision for them.
Yes.
Maybe we need to send this to Washington DC.
Send Morris Carter and
go.
Kate
There we go.
Fiel and get them in action up there. But Morris did a great job, and I appreciate it. These are two very important organizations in our community, and I'm glad that it's going to work out, and we'll look to the future from here. So, would you please repeat the current motion on the floor?
Okay, the motion is to accept this sheet right here, street closure, 2nd Street between Chestnut and Vine, half of Vine and Chestnut from 2nd Street to Alleyway, barricades at 2nd and Spring Street, items requested, porta potties that'll be left over from the solar eclipse, an ice trailer machine, small ice trailer machine, 5 picnic tables at 2nd Street for spectators, electricity, city coordinating, water available, space for hospitality, judges, respite. This will be either at the Katy Depot or Visitor Center.
Okay.
Teresa, did you say, actually what I meant was 2nd would be closed from Spring Street all the way down to Kemper?
Spring all the way to Kemper?
Yes,
Spring?
that whole street.
2nd Street, Spring to
Oh,
Kemper.
2nd Street,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
But then Vine and Chestnut will just be half each way. I think that's what Steve was asking about a while ago.
Okay. Okay. To include 2nd Street closed from Spring to Kemper.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Roll call.
Stock,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Meadows.
Yes.
Beach,
Yes.
Hurt,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Venable,
Yes.
Dorman.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you to everyone involved in that. And once again, if some of you that are only here for one subject, we'd love for you to stay. We have some really interesting things we're going to be talking about, but whatever you want to do. So we have new business. Consider street closure and parking restriction request for the Heritage Day celebration. So Jim, are you speaking, or Josh, or both of you?
I guess I'm speaking.
Okay.
Or, there is one thing that I do need to bring up. We're still working on a few things, and there was one thing I forgot to get added to this list of closures. We would like to request that the parking lot out here to the east of the city council chambers be closed off on Saturday from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. What we're looking at is having some youth entertainment out there. We are still working on it. We do not know what we are going to do. We're trying to find people to handle it and that type of thing at the moment.
And what days is that?
Saturday,
Saturday only?
yes.
Are there any changes in the street closures from what you've done in the past?
Yes, there is. There would be a lot out here, as well as up on Chestnut to the east of Main, a half block up there for a dunk tank.
And that is in here?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Dunk tank, we are requesting to close it off on Friday evening at 5 p.m. and open it back up on Sunday at 2 p.m. We are looking at going right at Main Street with the dunk tank, but we want to block down as far as the alley, leaving the alley open. And I believe it is the Boonville High School baseball team will be handling that event.
Okay.
It's on page 15.
Okay. So council have any questions, or? Jim, you've got a lot of empty signature lines.
Okay? I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Okay,
No,
we have a lot
no.
of
I
empty
sent
signature
my
lines.
portion here to Laura,
Okay.
and she turned everything in.
Okay.
I've had a couple of pretty busy weeks.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyone have any comments on that? You want to keep working on that, Ned?
I think it's appropriate. Setting this kind of an example for other closures probably would not be a good idea. We have a lot of blank spaces that could have been filled, so I
Right.
think it's appropriate maybe to, could we table it for 2 weeks and see if they can catch up to it?
Okay.
With that, if the council would like, I'll move the table.
Jim, take a look at it. It's about the next 4 or 5 pages.
Actually, you made a motion to table. And I think when a motion to table is made, then all discussion stops. Is that correct? So I need
What's the
a,
second?
do I have a second to tabling it?
Second.
Okay, Vanessa. So this will be tabled. Jim, can you go back and try and get a few more signatures?
We'll try and get a few
Okay.
more.
I know this is hard, I know we go through this every year, but if we could have some indication that a little more effort has been made, I think it would make us feel a little better. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. See you in 2 weeks. Yeah, roll call.
Stock.
On tabling.
On table.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Meadows.
Yes.
Beach.
Yes.
Hurt.
Yes.
Carter.
Yes.
Venable.
Yes.
Dorman.
Yes.
Okay, item B, first and second reading of bill number 2017-017, electing changes into the logger system.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri electing changes under the Missouri Local Government Employees Retirement System for city employees, providing an effective date therefore, and repealing all ordinances in conflict with this ordinance. Whereas the council of the City of Boonville has complied with the notice and filing requirement of Section 105.675 RSMO, and whereas the council of the City of Boonville understand that by adopting this benefit change, the council of the City of Boonville is accepting the legal obligation to fund the elected benefits now and in the future, and it will be financially able to do so. And whereas the accountant of the City of Boonville is authorized to deduct from the wages or salaries of each employee member the employee contributions, if any, required by Section 70.705 RSMO, and to promptly remit such contributions to loggers, along with the employer contributions required by Section 70.705, 70.730, and 7.735 RSMO. Now therefore be it ordained that the City Council of the City of Boonville, Missouri, an employer under the Missouri Local Government Employees Retirement System, loggers, hereby elects the following. Section 1, to adopt a change in the benefit program of covered employees, changing to benefit program L12 in accordance with 70.655 RSMO. Section 2, the city clerk shall certify this election to the Missouri Local Government Employees Retirement System with 10 days hereof. Such election shall be effective on the first day of June 2017. Section 3, that all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict with this ordinance are hereby repealed. Section 4, that this ordinance shall take effect and be in full force from and after its passage and approval. First reading, May 15th, 2017. Read for the second time and passed this 15th day of May 2017 after a copy of this ordinance has been made available for public inspection prior to its first and second readings.
Second reading, title only.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri electing changes under the Missouri Local Government Employees Retirement System for city employees, providing an effective date therefore, and repealing all ordinances in conflict with this ordinance.
Mayor, make a motion this be approved.
Okay, do I hear a second? Whitney? Thank you. Questions or comments? We've talked about this for quite a while now, so this is the ordinance that sets it in stone. Roll call.
Stock.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Meadows.
Yes.
Beach.
Yes.
Hurt.
Yes.
Carter.
Yes.
Venable.
Yes.
Dorman.
Yes.
Item C, first reading of bill number 2017-018.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri approving the final site plans for the expansion and renovation of the WK Chrysler facility at 1507 West Ashley Road.
Item D, first reading of bill number 2017-019.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri approving the final site plan for the expansion of Brick Ball GM at 2500 Main Street to add a collision center and indoor car storage facility.
Reports of standing committees, Tourism Commission, Morris.
I wasn't able to make the meeting, but if anybody's got any questions, I'm sure Kate can answer them.
Questions? Reports of city officials, city administrator, Earl.
Yes, I'd like to request that we set a special council meeting for one day next week when it's convenient for all of you. I think we're ripe for our next step on the soccer project, and it's got some moving parts to it, so I thought it deserved some time by itself, and I think we have 3 weeks before the next meeting, so I didn't really want to wait that long. Anyway, now that this is finally gelled in the last week or two. So I think it's useful, good if everybody can be here. So I just, what anybody thinks is a schedule, no particular day matters to me, just that would like to address it some night next week. Time doesn't matter.
Talking about for a special meeting next week?
Yeah, special meeting.
I can do any day except Wednesday.
Why don't we start out with Monday? That's our,
Monday's a
Yeah,
good day.
Monday's
Monday a
usually-
good day? Henry?
As long as it's after 6:30.
Okay.
After 6:30? So 7,
7 would be good.
7 Monday, Mike, said,
Yeah.
fine, that's easy.
It's important that you be here, so please
Yeah.
make every effort to attend.
What did we set it for?
7
7 PM
o'clock,
Monday, week
22nd.
from tonight.
Teresa, you can send something out.
Yes. Anything else? Okay. Mayor, 2017-18 committee appointments, I've still got a couple that I'm working on. This should be it for the rest of the year. Historic Preservation Commission, Teresa Ozer. They are the folks who fixed up Forest Hill at the top of Locust Street. And so she has an interest in historic preservation, obviously. And Tourism Commission, Paul Keller, he is involved with soccer. I don't know, Vanessa, if you know him, but, so I do not know him, but he was recommended as someone who would be good on the tourism to kind of cover the soccer side of it. So I need a motion to approve both those.
Make a motion that we
Okay.
approve.
Thank you. Would you like to second?
I will second.
Thank you. Okay, roll call.
Stock,
Yes?
Young,
Yes.
Meadows,
Yes.
Beach,
Yes.
Hurt,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Venable,
Yes.
Gorman,
Yes.
Thank you very much. City Councilor?
No report, thank you.
City Clerk?
nothing tonight.
Okay. Miscellaneous?
I have two things.
Okay.
First is, I hope everybody read this article on water in Kansas City.
Yeah.
It's a huge issue, and it's not just our issue, it's everyone. My sister and brother-in-law in western New York are trying to cope with it there. They've got a lake they can run water from, but they've still got huge problems. Anyway, I was really grateful for that, Earl, thank you.
I thought it was instructive.
Very good.
Second item, Mayor and Earl, the Cancer Park. This is really getting old, and I don't know what kind of an ultimatum you can put out there, but, you gave them permission to clean it up, and there hasn't been spot. Not a freaking thing. And, this is just plain freaking ridiculous, to tell you the truth. How can this happen? We made a great deal. We had a great agreement that this was gonna. We all went to City Hall and approved a print. And now we want another print.
You want to take it?
I realize I'm a lifetime
progress
business.
is
I'm really sorry that I'm a lifetime businessman and I get things done. But this is going.
I agree, if it was under our control, it would be done.
Yeah.
No.
Is there an
The problem
ultimatum?
with Prina, it was a pretty picture, but it wasn't followed, so that got everybody disturbed. Because what was going in didn't have any relationship to the picture.
Can we say, get it cleaned up in 60 days, or we'll do something? And of course, we have to decide
I
what we
keep
want
thinking
to
it
do.
ought to arrive each day, because I've confirmed it's at the engineer's office, that he's going to clean it up and put together something hopefully acceptable, but I haven't seen it. But I have confirmed it's there.
Do you need for somebody in the council to stand up and say, get it done?
I don't know, I didn't hire the engineer, so. That's part of the problem is neither did he, so,
What do we do? I mean, what?
I don't know. I gotta
We
think
learn
it's
a
gonna work out
lesson.
pretty soon.
We
Yeah,
learn a lesson, for one thing.
Yep.
And I know they were gonna do a cleanup, and they wanted to put a handrail on for
Right.
safety purposes, which we
Yep.
thought was good. They got there and the handrail was not made right or something, so
The
they,
handrail legs don't fit the holes that were drilled,
right,
so
so they couldn't do
you
anything.
can take that for whatever it's worth
Yeah.
and why it's not done.
Are we sitting here honestly and saying we can't do anything to help this?
help it. I've made several overtures to help and was received politely, but it wasn't accepted.
It doesn't State Fair have, like, that's right in their front yard.
Well, the
Yeah.
neighbors too, Vanessa, I mean, shoot fire.
But that, I mean, that's a business and that is our tenant,
Yes,
so. I saw the fountains on,
I'm gonna say, most of the phone calls I get, it says, just get down there and clean it up. You know, if you got some things you gotta decide on later on, but right now, just dress it up.
Well, I think they did, clean the sidewalks off, and maybe raked, and maybe put some mulch down, I don't know.
well, there's a huge pile, two
Yeah.
piles of stuff down there. That
But,
could go somewhere.
Well,
sorry.
they've been told, they don't want to put it down because they've been told not to do anything until they get the final list to us telling exactly what they're going to do, because there's no reason to do something and then have to go back and change it.
Does this pass the smell test? Mayor?
Probably not.
Mm.
Not my smell test.
No, me either. Anyway, I don't want to belabor the subject for,
Yeah.
a whole night, but golly
I think
Moses.
everybody here is just as frustrated as you are, from staff members to council members to community members. So, and CMCA, not CMCA, I get mine.
CMP,
CCs.
CMP.
CMCMP people are also frustrated. So we will try to visit with some folks and see what we can get done.
Okay.
Right, Earl? No comment.
I'm not guaranteeing anything.
Yeah, no, I'm not guaranteeing anything
Well, just thanks to everybody for listening.
either. You're welcome, Ed. And actually, thanks for bringing it up, because people are asking about it and quite curious about what's going on. Any other miscellaneous?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I can't attend these cemetery board meetings. I'm at work at that time of day.
Yes, and I talked to Gary about that. Where is Gary? And he said he didn't feel that that was going to be a problem.
Okay.
And if they feel they need your guidance on something, he can call you or visit with you at a council meeting.
Okay.
So that group's pretty self-sufficient. And yes, very independent, so I think they'll do all right.
And the second thing is, I was out of town this afternoon, but this morning I looked at Bingham Road, and somebody needs to send us the state a letter on the grass. I mean, it's 18 inches tall.
It is.
When do they cut it? I mean, whose decision is it? But I mean, the entrance to our town looks like that. It's horrible.
I don't know. ML, do you? Uh-huh.
Used to be like April and September or something.
Yeah, well, and Memorial Day it would always be cut.
Well, I think the rain got everybody.
Yes, I think the rain,
But,
they'll
you
say
know,
the
you're right,
rain.
it does look, I saw it twice today.
Yeah.
What happens now is they cut the grass.
Yeah,
In rows. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Almost better to leave it.
Any other miscellaneous comments? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you very much.